What's going on YouTube, Facebook, subscribers, and viewers of this video? This is Bill Mack here with another edition of The Middleman. Yes, I come to you with political news. I don't do so many of these things, but I like putting them out and doing them whenever stories are interesting to watch. I have no views one way or the other. I try to tell the story just as it is and give my thoughts on the facts, not what somebody says or what somebody guesses. What's presented in front of me. And I know sometimes the news outlets themselves can tend to be more liberal than conservative, but it really doesn't matter. The story is what the story is. So looks like we've had another Fox executive, the co-president. Looks like he's going to be stepping out on Fox News. Remember, Fox News has had a lot of issues among those at the top sexual allegations and harassment suits that have been filed with Fox. We've seen a lot of their top stars leaving. We've seen Megyn Kelly leave. We've seen Greta Van Susteren leave. We've seen Bill O'Reilly get lost, and potentially, and especially Roger Ailes. Stepped down. Now the co-president looks to be stepping down, and some folks are worried that Sean Hannity will be next. What is going on over at Fox News? I mean, they're the only conservative, really, media outlet to have, but they have so much of these allegations and sexual harassment, possible racism, things that go on over there at Fox News, but it's really breaking down the channel. You really have that. Where are those so-called conservative values that the Republicans / conservatives are displaying when you're having these types of problems within this? Is shelling out over $85 million with these lawsuits and stuff, and however they have had since named a lady to step up into this, but then she's also caught up in one of these harassment suits themselves. So let's just get right into the George Stephanopoulos talking about this story.
Fox News co-president Bill Shine out now in the wake of those harassment and discrimination suits against the network. Shine was accused of ignoring and covering up claims against former chairman Roger Ailes. ABC's Mara Schiavocampo at Fox News headquarters with the details. Good morning, Mara.
George, good morning. Shine was recently hailed as one of the most powerful people in media, but now he's out of a job. It's the latest major shakeup at the network, leaving many to wonder if Sean Hannity may be the next one out the door.
I want to welcome all of our friends from the all-left propaganda media. I kind of suspect may be tuning in tonight.
Overnight, Sean Hannity.
And folks, and that's the thing about it is, whether the so-called fake news is being out there, the allegations don't lie. I mean, shelling out $85 million in lawsuits and things like that of that nature going on over there, it's just not a coincidence. It's not the left taking out the right or the right taking out the left. This is things that's actually happening. And if they're guilty of it, that's what's going to happen. If they're not, then it wouldn't happen. But that's what's going on over. And sad to say, if Sean Hannity is caught up in this, then they've lost so many of their top anchors that really anchored the channel. Hannity is one of the main anchors. Megyn Kelly was one of the main anchors. Bill O'Reilly was their number one guy on Fox News, in cable news himself. So sad to say, that's what's going on. So let's just hope for Hannity's sake he's not caught up in any of this stuff.
Hannity, one of Fox's last standing stars, speaking out after rumors took off that he might be the next Fox host to leave the network.
All the lies you've heard about me are not true.
But this morning, Fox is a quickly changing channel. In the last year, the network losing almost all of its biggest stars.
Caution, you are about to enter the no-spin zone.
Including Bill O'Reilly.
Also around this time of year.
And you remember Bill O'Reilly stepped down, was let go after he was on vacation last week or two. And remember, he had 5 sexual allegation lawsuits against him for sexual harassment that Fox paid out $13 million to settle outside of court with just him alone. So that just tells you so much. He's denied all allegations, but the money is still shelled out.
I grabbed some vacation.
Megyn Kelly, Greta Van Susteren, and even top boss Roger Ailes. Now, another major shakeup in the executive ranks. In an internal memo Monday, Rupert Murdoch announcing Fox News co-president Bill Shine resigned. Shine, one of Roger Ailes' top lieutenants, helped build the network from day one, overseeing Fox's fiery talent. so close to Sean Hannity, the host tweeted his strong support last week, responding to rumors Shine could be the next casualty of the network's growing sexual harassment and discrimination lawsuit scandals, writing, "I pray this is not true, because if it is, that's the total end of the Fox News channel as we know it."
Those are fighting words from Hannity, and I would not be surprised if he negotiated his exit over the next week or so.
But Shine has also been characterized as an enabler by those who complained of a culture at Fox News that allegedly includes sexism, racism, and misogyny. Shine named as a defendant in a sexual harassment lawsuit against Fox News and Roger Ailes and others, filed by former host Andrea Tantaros, where she called the network a sex-fueled Playboy Mansion-like cult, saying when she complained of Ailes' advances, Shine told Tantaros that Ailes was a very powerful man and that Tantaros needed to let this one go. Shine denies any wrongdoing.
Now, Fox is now facing at least 6 sexual harassment or discrimination lawsuits, and they've paid out more than $85 million related to sexual harassment allegations. They've now promoted a woman to the top spot, but Suzanne Scott is also named in at least one lawsuit. George?
Okay, Mara, thanks very much. Let's talk to our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams, our chief business.
So, folks, the once castle stronghold of cable news, the only conservative, true conservative news outlet, Fox News, looks like the foundation is cracking one wall at a time, one brick at a time. And will there be anything left standing within the month if this happens and Hannity happens to be caught up in this and to be found that he is guilty of anything happening? But it's sad to say what goes on with these corporations, but I just assume say who not what happens in other organizations. They're not the only one, probably the only one publicized, because Fox is kind of the only conservative out of all the liberal media outlets, and they are the #1 cable news channel on TV. So with all these things going on is very wrong, but there's nothing right with getting by with sexual harassment, no matter who you are. So if Hannity goes, like I said, the foundation of which made them strong is basically falling down right in front of us. So let's just hope these allegations stuff aren't true. Hannity, of course, is not involved in this. Really, we don't have Fox doesn't have the star power after this because everybody else is basically gone. But we these kinds of things shouldn't happen in the workplace, and the sad thing that they are. So we'll just remain to see. I'll keep you updated on the story. Hope you've enjoyed this edition of The Middleman, and until next time, this is Bill Mack here for The Middleman, saying take it easy.